What's going on, everybody? Brad here, back for another Let's Talk Jurassic. And man, I think YouTube changed something on the back end because, like, I didn't even hit go live. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, yeah, we're live. So we got to get this going. What's going on, everybody? I was just like, I feel like it's time to do another Let's Talk Jurassic. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, like, at nights. It's late. It's 10:13 here, and I'm like, you know what? We got to do another one of these. For a long time, we were doing, oh man, that was like, just remember back in those days when we were doing live streams, like every week, every Monday, we were doing one with, a new movie to watch or a new something or other to watch. Man, that was fun. So we got to figure that out again. We got to do something. We got to watch something. And I know somebody suggested it. Oh man, I'm blanking. Sorry. If you said it, let me know. But somebody suggested on Twitter to start rewatching the Lego series. So I don't know if anybody has the Lego series or feels like getting it. Maybe we could watch a few of those every Monday night, a few of those episodes and go through them, have some fun with those. But yeah, those were good times. Those were fun. And I love chatting with all of you that are in the chat room. So it looks like there's a bunch of people coming in here. Share it around. Let's get chatting about some Jurassic tonight. I've got my coffee. Tonight I have a Stegosaurus cup with like a tree trunk and a branch, and he's eating it. It's so cute. I feel like it's like the one from the Lost World, that little baby. So that's my drink of choice tonight. And Victoria just comes in here and says, monkeys. What's up, everybody? I don't even know what's happening anymore. I got way too many things open on my screen. Anyway, so I figured, why don't we talk about, catch up with each other and talk about some Camp Cretaceous stuff. I don't know. We'll see what we can come up with. Talk about we're going to talk about some new toys. Kevin O'Bill mentioned, do I have any new toys? Yeah, I got new toys. I always got new toys. And we're going to talk, so we're talking Mattel Toys, Camp Cretaceous. We'll touch on those set photos that were, released, I guess you could say. And whatever else. I've got some other stuff, I guess, so we'll see how it goes. Plus, if you guys have any questions or comments or any thoughts, whatever you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure to cover those as much as I can. Jurassic Souls says Owen voice coming in 2 minutes. Lewis says invite Clayton. All right. I mean, I'll text him. Let me see. I'm going to say Clayton's getting some here. Clayton. Oh, that says Leighton. Way to go. Clayton is getting some what is it? Clayton's getting some invites in my live stream right now. This is fun. Are you guys interested in this kind of live stream where I just text people? All right, so I text Clayton, so we'll see if we can get him in here. Jurassic Dave is in here. Good times. Phantom Lim says, hey, everybody, be sure to praise thigh-high socks, Muldoon. We always do. I feel like we always do. We got to praise those thighs, first off, and the socks. The dunes, as we call them in the fandom, they got to be called dunes. That's just what they are. Huge shout out to Jurassic Souls for the super chat. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Jurassic Souls says, it's great to be back talking about Jurassic. I hope we get a Camp Cretaceous Baryonyx reveal next for the show. It will be here before we know it. Yeah, that would be nice to get a reveal. It wasn't in a trailer, right? There was no Baryonyx that I remember, at least in that trailer. So I was kind of surprised by that. They've made a big deal with these toys, and Victoria's like, please don't text me. So should I? I'll just go like this and be like, hey, Victoria. Let me see. Right here it goes. Oh, that's the wrong chat. I got way too many chats. Hey, Victoria. There it is. So there, she's got it right now. She can see that it's synced up. This is the content that you get from me now. But yeah, the baryonyx thing, I kind of wish we got some more shots of them. And I mean, there's supposed to be like, what, 3 of them? So that would be nice to at least have something. I don't know why they kind of saved that outside of the trailer. And even the Carnotaurus got very little love, I thought, you know, in the trailer. I kind of would have expected a little bit bigger impact. I've been feeling that is the main villain of the show for a while, due to the toy and everything. And I kind of assumed that the Indominus would be more of like a side player, like maybe in 1 or 2 episodes, depending on how long they actually spend on the breakout of that animal. But yeah, I kind of thought maybe the Carnotaurus would get more love, and certainly the baryonyx. And I said this, when did I say this? Maybe with Tom. Maybe I did like a live stream with Tom Fishenden. And Genozoic Artist points out Limbo, Void, and Grim. Is it Void? Is that really what the second one is? I don't remember that. Is that what it's called? Let me see. Let's see. Where are they? Chaos, Limbo, and Grim. Sorry, I have my images right there so I can refer to them because I'm always forgetting their names. Yeah, I kind of thought that those baryonyx would be like the hyenas in in the Lion King, just because I'm like, well, they seem like, you know, there's 3 of them. Okay, maybe that's the only thing they have in common. There's just 3 of them, and there's 3 hyenas. I don't know. That's just my that's just my insight, guys. If you wanted some hot off the cuff discussion about Jurassic, it's my one correlation between Jurassic and the Lion King is that there's 3 baryonyx and 3 hyenas. So my shoulders are mixing with my background. Oh no! Bye, shoulders. See if I can, I can maybe adjust that on the fly, but I don't know if it'll make it worse. Oh, made it worse. All right, there we go. That's a problem. Like sometimes like it's like really shiny up here. Sometimes my shirt or my beard's gone. I don't know. What is this? What is this? Yeah, man, my eye is bugging out tonight. Oh, this is great. This is really great. All right, so I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. There's no sound coming out of this, but there we go. Toro's Minions. Exactly. Kevin O'Bill says Toro's Minions. Yeah, exactly. I kind of picture Scar and Toro. Oh, they both have scars. Whoa! This is the connections are unreal now. The connections are just nobody can see past them. You can't deny it at this point. Scar and Toro, same guy. And then the Minions, who not minions like those yellow dudes, but the hyenas. So I cannot wait for Toro's song. Be prepared to eat those kids. That'll be fun. So, what's up, Caleb? You happy to join this chat? I don't know what is happening. Yet, even though Genozoic Artist points out that there are 3 nephews of Donald Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the connection between those 3 baryonyx. Something about the 3 hyenas. Yeah. So Jurassic Souls also points out, yeah, I'd love a live tour tie-in. So this is interesting because I've been looking at Clayton Fioriti. Speaking of Clayton, I just messaged him. Let's see if he said anything yet. He did say something. He just said, "What?" Question mark. Hold on. So what I was saying was I was on Clayton's Instagram, right? And I just went on Instagram and then typed in the search Instagram. It's late, guys. It's late. What was I gonna type? Clayton. That was it. All right. So Clayton's Instagram had something interesting that I was looking at. Where did I see that? Oh, he posted a picture of the Triceratops, I believe, from the live tour. And I see. Look, I don't take this as fact or anything just yet. Maybe if Clayton pops in here, maybe we'll get some answers. You owe us an explanation here, dude. But he said apparently the Jurassic World live tour will tie into Camp Cretaceous. Thoughts on the show from those that went. So that's interesting. I've not heard anything about that, so I don't know what he's talking about. I'll have to find out. But he says apparently the live tour will tie into Camp Cretaceous. I mean that would be interesting, and I would absolutely love if that was the case. I don't know that that's the case. I have not heard a single thing about that. But then again, Clayton has been like scouring the internet for interviews with Colin Trevorrow and find stuff in like some other languages where you got to translate it on Google, which is like right here. So I also did that going back to his page for a second. He had pointed it out like this is an article that I had to look up because I was like, what is this about? An interview with Colin Trevorrow. So I don't know if it came from something like this, but apparently, as he's saying here, it will tie in. So I don't know if anything has changed in the past 3 days since this was posted. Clayton, are you here? Where is Clayton? I don't know. Maybe he's laying down or something. It's late. I don't know. Let's see. I would absolutely love that. And I've been saying that on the podcast a lot, that it would be so easy. And actually, Siaka, will the real Clayton Faridi please stand up? Is Kevin O'Bill, is that Clayton? Is that Clayton in disguise? Or is Jurassic Park 2468 Clayton? Maybe he's a peeper gamer. I don't know. He could be. But what is happening? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, actually in this episode. Wait. Is it this episode? What episode? Oh, there he is. And we're talking about Clayton. He just got here. That's hilarious. You pop in right when we're like, which one is it? So Clayton, if you didn't notice, we have your Instagram up on our page right now, and this question came into question. Where does this come from? This information, is it valid information? Is it something that has been denied at this point 3 days later? What do you know about this? Because I haven't heard anything about it, and I was saying in the episode, I believe it's this week. Yeah, the Jurassic mailbag with Jennifer Evans. I always almost go to say her old last name. Jennifer Evans, we were talking about how it's so easy to just include it. Like there's no reason why you couldn't have written in some little thing, a little appearance by Kate Walker. I know somebody mentioned it before. Just some sort of information about Genie, the Troodon. Like there's so many instances where you could just say it's real, it matters, it's part of the universe, and Camp Cretaceous is the best way to do that. If you don't want to acknowledge it in the movies, fine. Okay, that's one thing. I know it's a bit of a tangent to go and say, hey, this live tour show exists. But with the TV show, you have 8 episodes to deal with it. You've got, what are they, 24 minutes or so. So you got a lot of time there to deal with just answering a question, a simple question, as how real is the live tour? Does it fit in? Are these characters really part of the universe? All that stuff. We do know that Colin said it was soft canon. And I know people have been saying it. Maybe Clayton knows this as well. I'm not too sure. But I know people have been saying that that Camp Cretaceous is also canon. But I don't know where that has come from either, so I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, so there was that post from Clayton. He just showed up but disappeared. Maybe he's Peeper Gamer again. Or maybe Cody Davidson is him in disguise. Oh, there he is. He's back. Clayton's back. He says, does the live tour have bioluminescent jellyfish Stegosaurus? Because that's where this all comes from. Yeah, I mean, there is a... I don't know if they mentioned specifically what it came from, but the Stegosaurus is in there. So I guess if you want to say that that's a reference to the live tour... Yeah, sure. I mean, it could be. It's kind of opening up the world to kind of say that what we told you in that. That's why it makes me so mad that he just said it's soft canon instead of saying, yeah, this is real, this is legit, because they explained it in the show. And I don't want to get too deep because I know a lot of you did not get to see it. I think even Clayton as well. I don't believe he even got to see it. But there is a bioluminescent dinosaur in that show. And it's very, very cool. And the explanation, I think, is really, really good. So if that is the tie-in to Jurassic World Live Tour, that would be awesome. But again, I would definitely love something deeper than that. So he also said, okay, so I heard from Outpost, I believe, or someone else that had tied this together this way. I don't think it's soft canon anymore. I hope not. It was stupid, Colin. That was a stupid thing to say that this was soft canon because it just created outrage. So, calling you out. I know somebody like tried to get on me the other day on here on YouTube about like I wasn't like going for Colin on the soft canon bit, but I think I have plenty. So I've said there's no reason why it needs to be soft canon. And I think if you're going to introduce stuff like this, keep it canon, keep it real. And I think, yeah, exactly. Soft canon is literally not a thing. It doesn't exist. It's not real. So I talk about soft canon way too much. Yeah, I would love that tie-in from Camp Cretaceous to the live tour. And then it gives you this element to like think back to Jurassic World and see all these dinosaurs and wonder, hey, what's going to be bioluminescent? Or are we going to see any in Dominion? Or what dinosaurs from Jurassic World potentially were bioluminescent, because we didn't end up seeing, most of them at night, just a few. So, in Camp Cretaceous, we do have this Parasaurolophus that has bioluminescent traits. So that'll be really interesting. And you see it on the mini packs. There is a Parasaurolophus in there that is kind of like clearish white, or, kind of like that. And it has these like really nice blue stripes and stuff on it, and I'm really interested to see how that plays out in the show. I guess we have our inclination there because there is that image that's been floating around of the kids in like the little canoe with the Parasaurus right there in the lagoon. So, man, and if you consider that, I'm just kind of going, guys. I'm just going. Keep up. That would be an amazing feature for the Cretaceous Cruise. So it's a nice tie in there, the Cretaceous Cruise, right? Which it sounds like the most unrealistic attraction on the park map. Just go ahead, guys, just take a raft and just go down a canoe, just ride next to this Baryonyx or Succumbimus or whatever, and Parasaurolophus. That is so unrealistic, but I like it. It's kind of fun. But yeah, that seems to be, I guess, where we'll see them, right? I don't have the image on hand right now, but yeah, that would probably be a good one to have. Actually, it's not that far away. Here it is. Oh, can't get it. Can't grab it. All right, never mind. But yeah, it looks like they're and it's a hilarious image because these kids are all in the boats, these canoes, right? You see all 6 of them are in the boat. And there's 3 Parasaurolophus. They look to be their typical tan color that they are, but they've got these amazing stripes down that are just glowing. It looks like a scene straight out of Avatar. And I love that. I love that bioluminescent forest that is in Avatar, and just the creatures that glow and all that. It's amazing. So if, and I don't know what's going on in the background here, but there's just like the sky is lit up, or the trees or something is just lit up with like fireflies and like the same bioluminescent color. So that is really awesome. And I hope that gets, acknowledged in a very interesting way. I don't know how, because they look shocked. And I know this is annoying to not see this. Let me see if I can bring it up while I'm talking. But the kids do look shocked about the... here we go. I'll try to throw this into the chat really quick here. Image. Let's add this one. Browse. Desktop. That's where I threw it. And open up. There we go. Oh, that is so pretty. All right, so I'll put this on there for you guys. All right, so that's the image I'm talking about. I just grabbed it from the Outpost. So, yeah, you can see how beautiful that is, right? And the kids do look shocked. I would assume... Oh, there's 4 of them. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't see the other one. There's 4 parasaurs right there. You got... Oh, man, it's so beautiful. Like, seeing that pink fade into the blue on the backs. That's really awesome. And almost the best part about this is the fact that Bumpy is in a boat. Just sit with that for a second, guys. Bumpy is out there boating. Boating Bumpy. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so, if this is the tie-in, it would be for different reasons, I would assume, unless they corral them and take them somewhere else for the reasons that were set up in the live tour. But, for instance, I think this would be a good reason to have them in the Camp Cretaceous, or just the Cretaceous Cruise, is nighttime cruises. That is a big selling point for, theme parks and excursions and stuff like that on vacations. You have nighttime cruises. And if you, say to your guests, hey, if you want to see our bioluminescent dinosaurs, head to our Cretaceous Cruise. And you can see Parasaurolophus. You can see our bioluminescent Suchomimus. Imagine that. That would be amazing. That would be so, so cool. But again, the reasoning was a little bit different it's seemingly a little bit different than the live tour. Genozoic Artist said it on Twitter. One Parasaurolophus is going to bump them off course. Yeah, I mean that would be a lovely nod to the attraction. That would be so, so good. But yeah, so that is that. I honestly hope there's more tie-ins to the Jurassic World live tour. So, just out of curiosity, how many people here actually got to see the live tour? Clayton just mentioned he wished he got to see it. Super, super bummed, obviously, that it, and I know everybody that didn't get to see it is bummed. I'm also bummed because I wish we could talk about it more. I wish, everybody else out there got a chance to see it. And for some reason, I am just blowing up this website hugely. I can't see. Oh, okay, there we go. Fix it. But yeah, it's such a huge bummer. I'm trying to see, because I haven't been to their website in a while. I just want to see what kind of updates they've had anytime recently. No, nothing too different going on over there. Yeah, I just see that their website just says, well, that's a specific showing. Never mind. It just says canceled. But yeah, I mean, I would hope that this gets a second chance, a second life. at some point, but realistically, it doesn't seem like it's going to be possible, because the place where this plays is arenas and sports arenas and stuff like that, hockey, basketball, those kinds of places, and those groups are playing in bubbles, right now in Disney World or wherever. So it's really it doesn't seem to be a possibility just yet. But yeah, so they did have dates. Let's see, dates here. There was something that said that they have dates for 2021, and that, I don't know if they've just removed that or what, but there were dates at one point for 2021. So I don't know, and if Jurassic World Dominion sticks to that date, how do these two work hand in hand, Was there intention to continue running this while Dominion's in theaters? Would that be confusing? Maybe a little bit. I think in general, people were confused as to what they were seeing anyway. But what it ended up being, I thought, was pretty amazing. So I really hope we get the opportunity to see it again. And I think we were brainstorming about it on the episode this week, but just give people the opportunity to buy it on DVD. Everybody got the chance, or that owns or that is purchased into Disney Plus, had the chance to see Hamilton, and it was amazing, an amazing performance. And it's not the first time that a live production has been captured, for playback. A few years I watched an amazing Rent playback, and now we get Hamilton, and I've heard talk that maybe we'll see Aladdin or something like that on Disney Plus. So Universal has their own streaming service. If they want to do something, and I don't think they could do the upcharge that, say, for instance, Mulan is doing right now, or going to be doing with Disney Plus, where you pay an extra $29.99, you get Mulan on your service for good. I think it's supposed to be like a one-time payment, and you have it as an upcharged perk on your account, not a one-time viewing or anything like that, or 24 hours or something. So it would be interesting if Peacock's like, hey, we're gonna try to bring people in, and I don't know how many people would actually bring in, but it would be interesting to kind of use it as a marketing point to say, hey guys, if you want to watch Jurassic World live tour, unfortunately we had to cancel the show, but you can view it on Peacock right now. Come join. I know a lot of Jurassic fans would, chomp at the bit to see that instantly and pay whatever the price is to watch this, right? So let me get back to this. Let me see what you guys said. Jurassic Souls, I guess you got to see it. Xandersaurus would have seen it in Los Angeles last month. Sorry. Yaroslav, it's no worries, but you're late, but it's I don't even know what this is. We're just winging it. I'm assuming there Emerita says no. Jurassic Dave says we need Jurassic World Live Tour in a bubble. Stream it, sell merch online. Yeah, that would be awesome. You know what? They should it's like do it in the parking lot. And that would be not good. Not a good experience. Just a bunch of people just standing in a parking lot. Like they bring their car. It's like a movie theater. Like you drive in, a drive-in theater, and you just sit in your cars and watch. Like, I think I see a T-Rex over there. Yeah. But no, honestly, I think they should, because somebody brought it up recently, and I don't remember where. Way too many chats going on. But I think it was in a private DM group that said, what's happening with all that merch? There's so much merch. If you went to go see the show, you know that there's a few like rubbery toys, there's plushies, there's hats and shirts and like everything. There's all kinds of stuff that you can buy for this live show. And what is it doing? It's all just sitting somewhere. So I don't know who that's on to get rid of. You know, I mean, it's technically, I guess it's Feld Entertainment stuff. So I don't know if Universal can step in and say, look, we want to release this show, like a real version of it on the web or wherever, Peacock, and then we want to sell the merch too. We'll put it up online. If you saw the replay, you can buy the merch. That would be amazing. That would be so good. Maybe it was Jurassic Day. Maybe you're the one that said it. I don't know. Let's see. Amelia. What was my first reaction to seeing those set photos? We'll get to that in a little bit. We're making our way there. Siaka says Pokemon Live was on VHS. Was it? What is Pokemon Live? Genesis Garden says, give me the script. I'll reenact it with my toys. I like that. Actually, that would be interesting. Yaroslav asks, what was the topic tonight? Or what is it? What is the topic? I don't know. Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World Live Tour, set photos, Mattel Toys, and more. That's what I wrote. Emerita says, accurate dinos on Dominion. Okay. Why? Why do you think so? Yeah, so sorry, I'm just reading through all these comments and I'm just staying silent. Oh, it's pronounced Emily. Okay, sorry. Parents are just extra. Oh, well, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. You know, probably people like me just messing it up all the time. I apologize, but my bad. Yeah, and you mentioned before that they do have full shows on YouTube. They do exist. Yeah, there are iterations of it on YouTube. So if that's the experience you want to get, you know, go ahead, check it out. It's hard to say watch a bootlegged version. I would not suggest that. I would suggest either waiting and just waiting to see if an iteration does come back, or if we do get a real legit taping of it, because a real one produced by Universal and Feld Entertainment would be literally on top of the actors, right in the action, making the dinosaurs look as big as possible, and not from the rafters of the arena. So I would suggest to not watch those, because not only, like you said, that you know, copyright rules, and you know, it's kind of like against, you know, what they want you to be doing, but I would rather wait for an actual experience. You know, wait for something that's good, where the audio is good. You can hear all the amazing music. You can hear the voice acting. See the special effects and everything that are in there. It's something you wouldn't want to miss. So, yeah. Siaka, how wild would it be if Dominion itself referenced the live tour or Camp Cretaceous? That would be amazing. I think that would be amazing. So I don't think Dominion would reference the live tour, only because Colin said that it was soft canon and kind of, you know, delegitimized it a bit in that sense, and kind of didn't push people towards it as much as he could have. He should have been out there a lot more saying, hey guys, trust me, go see this. It's going to pay off in the long run. So if we didn't get any kind of wording like that, or any kind of acknowledgement, or, you know, commercials or anything like that for that live tour. So I would say that that's probably not going to be acknowledged in Dominion, but maybe there's a difference here with Camp Cretaceous. Maybe Camp Cretaceous could be, you know, legitimized more in Dominion. I don't know how. I mean, we had camping in Bed at Big Rock. Wait, does that count as a crossover? um, I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, unless you hire an actor or something that maybe there's a couple that are playing parents of one of the kids in the show. Could happen. I don't know how, but it could happen. Maybe they're interviewed or something on a TV show, or maybe they're doing the court thing again. Maybe they're going to be up at the Senate or whatever. But I think that is more possible to see a Camp Cretaceous tie-in with Dominion than a Jurassic World live tour. So. All right, so yeah, Jurassic News Network mentions that the live tour merchandise will probably get abandoned in a factory or dumpsters or just sell online. Yeah, and I thought about that too. I thought about, how they would just pawn it off somewhere, or it would just be given away, like the shirts and hats and stuff like that, and maybe toys donated or whatever. But I don't know. I think they want to make their money back, especially for a company that had to lay off 90% of their employees. Feld Entertainment. I honestly don't know what Feld Entertainment is up to now. I don't know how they're, or if they're bouncing back. I haven't looked into it in a little bit. So let me see if there's any kind of update for the company. But yeah, I know it wasn't looking very good. But 2 weeks ago, let's see. Spin Master and Feld Entertainment expand relationship with new 5-year licensing agreement for Supercross. So, I guess there is hope for the company. It's not like they have completely disappeared or are not doing business transactions anymore. The laying off 90% of the company was probably more so to get their employees unemployment and stuff like that, to make sure that they have some money coming in. Because if they just sit there and don't produce any shows and don't do any live tours, then they're not making any money. So if they lay off their employees, they can go ahead and file for unemployment. And then, hopefully they'll hire them all back at the end. Hopefully that was part of the agreement, is like, we're going to let you go, but we're going to bring you back when things are better. But, we don't really know what the case is for that, and if things will get better too soon. But yeah, I was trying to quickly read through that. But yeah. When is that article from? Yeah, that's from August 4th. Oh, yesterday. Okay. So there was another one that I wanted to take a look at. A virtual camp. Feld Entertainment will launch a Monster Jam virtual camp on Monday, July 27th. So I guess they're still doing stuff, but I have not heard anything about Jurassic World Live Tour, unfortunately. Jurassic World Live Tour is mentioned in these press releases from them, so hopefully there's a future for it. But I don't know. What were we talking about? Oh, the merchandise. Yeah. I hope I hope the merchandise is able to be sold in the future and maybe help them recoup some of those losses by not touring over the past 7 months, 8 months, whatever it's been. But yeah. So yeah, Clayton said, "Oh, what if Bumpy was sold?" And I don't know if I just skipped around or not. I might have skipped. What if Clayton was sold at the auction, guys? Bumpy said that. Bumpy asked, "What if Clayton was sold at the auction?" I don't know. There would be a whole lot less YouTube videos. But no, what if Bumpy was sold at auction suggested by Clayton. Yeah, that is actually something that we discussed on the episode this week as well. Apparently, we talked about everything on this episode this week. But yeah, that's what we kind of mentioned, like that one that was sold, the tank that they mentioned, that could be Bumpy. That would be crazy. Or Bumpy is maybe, because that one was sold and transported somewhere, right? Like I forget if that one, if they showed that, did they show that one in the end at any point? But are there any loose? I don't remember. I literally don't remember every dinosaur that escaped, but maybe Bumpy escaped. So maybe that'd be hilarious. But maybe Darius is the one, the protagonist, and I would assume the main protagonist, since he's featured a lot in the trailer. He has his own toy and everything. So maybe he pops up in Dominion because he heard the news that dinosaurs are loose, and he's like, "Oh my god, I gotta go try to find my Bumpy." And it turns out Bumpy's huge now, and he's like, "I can't pick you up anymore. No boats. We need a bigger boat. I think we need a bigger boat." Tie-ins to Jaws? Who knows? So Sam points out that she saw a failed post job openings for touring positions a few weeks back. That's good. There we go. So, they're still not in the position to be touring just yet, but maybe if they do these kind of distanced things, like in a parking lot or somewhere like that, or, because I know a lot of places will not allow you to have more than a certain amount of people in a space. So it might not be probable for them to have arena setups, but maybe they could do something else in like a field. I don't know, with like monster trucks, like they do with monster trucks or Supercross. So yeah, but and speaking of that auction and Bumpy, Clayton, as well. What was the other suggestion? Oh yeah. And I don't know who it was. Maybe it was somebody here. Trying to remember. JT, I think it was JT, suggested on the podcast in the mailbag this week that we're going to see some dinosaurs die, I would assume. And what if Bumpy's parent or parents are the ones that are attacked, or the one that is attacked in Jurassic World by the Indominus Rex, right? That's the most probable possibility, is that, imagine this. I'm setting the scene for a little bit here. You got Bumpy. You got a little Bumpy here behind a tree, cowering, hiding, because the Indominus Rex is attacking its mom, flipping it over and snapping its neck. Okay, I'm sad now. And then that's where the kids save it, because Bumpy is cowering, and then they encounter the Indominus and all that, and then they run through the jungle with Bumpy in their arms, if you saw that in the trailer. So, yeah, yeah, that sounds horrifying, and I think that is a good way to introduce Bumpy, is to say that, this moment that you experienced in Jurassic World, where this Ankylosaurus was killed by the Indominus Rex, you have a tie-in now between Jurassic World and Camp Cretaceous. You can say, when you're watching Jurassic World, you can say, "Oh, I know Bumpy is just around that corner. He's just like sitting behind that tree over there. And I know that means the campers are right around the corner as well. All the kids are right there, all 6 of them." So it gives you more like things to look into and theorize about. And I think that's a beautiful way to tie things together. And I believe that was JT that brought that up on the podcast this past week. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool theory. But and it's a heartbreaking one. It's kind of like the T-Rex, the Brachiosaurus dying in the fire. It's like that. It's like, yes, a lot of dinosaurs die, and it's, all those Apatosaurus and stuff like that die out there from the Indominus Rex, but you don't really have any connection to them. Even that Ankylosaurus, you're just like, oh, okay. I mean, like, yeah, that stinks. It just did that, and it was brutal. It was a big fight, and, then the kids get attacked or whatever. But imagine some more context to that, kind of in the way that the raptors. You know, you see the raptor squad get taken out one by one, and you're like, oh man, and then Blue's left, and you're like, yeah, Blue. But like you don't really have too much attachment to those other raptors, right? You really are only attached to Blue in that moment until Fallen Kingdom comes around, and now you're like, I saw them all as babies. Now I'm very sad that that Charlie got blown up. I'm so sad that one raptor was cooked on a kitchen grill. And whatever happened to the other one. I don't know. I don't remember. So now you have an attachment to those raptors that you necessarily didn't have in Jurassic World. They were just, you know, part of the squad. So I think that would give you some good context to Jurassic World and be like, oh, now this death means something to me. So speaking of Clayton, I know you pointed out on your Instagram an article. Let's see. Here is your Instagram again. Oops, I got to bring it up on the. That would be helpful if I brought it up behind me. Oh yeah. All right. So here's your Instagram. So you brought up this right here, right? So this interview with Colin Trevorrow from some website. I'll get to it in a second. Nope, not that one. That's frequently asked questions for Jurassic World Live Tour. But this one here, which is Film Web or something. Yeah, Film Web. So anyway, Colin, you know, was interviewed here about, I guess, Camp Cretaceous. And you can see it right up here. So Colin Trevorrow answers, you know, how does this compare to the films? He says that the animation is amazing. Dinosaurs move like animals. The characters are persuasive and emotional. You can certainly feel an element of horror as well. I am sure that after the premiere of this series, there will be comments that, contrary to all expectations, our animation is really scary. The stakes are high, as in the movies. Some heroes will not survive. Ooh, that's dark. So, you know, leaving this to be a little, you know, take it with a grain of salt as far as each individual word and the translation, because it was translated from another website that from this website, but like just, I don't know, another language. I don't remember which one it was, but does it say here? Polish. Okay, so it's from Poland. All right, so translated from Polish. But that last line, the stakes are high, as in the movies, some heroes will die. All right? So take it back to what I was just saying about the Ankylosaurus. Maybe that Ankylosaurus is that hero that dies. I don't think, and I know so many people have been asking, do the children, the campers, die in this? There's no way. There's zero chance. I think there is zero chance that happens. And could they be the heroes? Yeah, they could be the heroes. But I don't think that they're the heroes. And maybe this heroes is a loose translation here. But, you know, if there are any heroes, I think dinosaurs could be the heroes of this. And I know a lot of people take umbrage with dinosaurs being heroes, but they certainly are at this point. So I think maybe in terms of a hero in this situation, the Ankylosaurus parent, whoever that is, could be a hero, saving Bumpy, saving the kids, whatever the case may be. So that would be really interesting to see it taken in that direction, and not necessarily, oh, one of the campers dies, because that I just don't think that will happen. Clayton says Bumpy will get eaten by compies. I'm calling it. Yeah, I've been calling that Bumpy's the villain, the real villain, the true villain. Bumpy let out the Indominus Rex. Bumpy and Vic Hoskins were working together this whole time. So that's why you all should take me seriously, because I have the real details. I wish I'd brought water downstairs, but I don't have any water. So I drank all my coffee, and it's gone, and now I'm very sad. So somebody said Siaka said I'm cruel. Why? Is it because of the theory about the Ankylosaurus? Sorry, I got to go way back up here. No one going back to my joke about Clayton, my mess up. No one would buy Clayton. Oh, I'm sorry, man. That stinks. Um, 20. I think Genesis Artist is going to spend 20 millions on Clayton. Did Siaka says, did you guys talk about Camp Cretaceous conflict? No, I'm not sure what you mean by that specifically. What Ryan does, I think Ryan already left maybe, but it says, why would anyone buy Clayton? Now, I'm assuming that you didn't catch the joke, and it's like a question, why would anybody buy Clayton? Or why would somebody buy Clayton? But the way I'm reading it right now in my mind, I kind of see it as very pointed, like, why would anybody buy Clayton? I should put Clayton's name in the after Let's Talk Jurassic in the title of this episode, because I feel like we've talked about Clayton more than anything else. What Ryan does also asked, and maybe gone at this point, but do you think Claire, Owen, Zach, and Gray would make cameos? Yeah, I think I definitely think so. I think for sure I would say that Claire and Owen make cameos here. I think it's kind of necessary for them to make cameos. Very short, not much, weight to it, but just very short cameos. Zach and Gray would be an interesting one as well. I mean, maybe if we do get that Ankylosaurus interaction, that would be a nice way to just show them what's going on over here. Why's my thing's disappearing? And my arm, oh no, it's like so foggy looking. That's why I keep my arms down here. But that would be it's coming out again. What's going on here? Is it windy in here? I don't know. But that would be an interesting way to tie in Zach and Gray. Is you see their gyrosphere just heading off, or whatever. I forget the sequence of events at that moment, but yeah, you know what I mean. But with Claire and Owen, and I've said this, I made the parallel to the Fast and Furious DreamWorks Animation Universal Netflix show. Dominic Toretto is in the first episode, at least. I only saw the first episode. I don't know if he makes appearances throughout the rest of the season or not, but at least in that first episode I saw him, and he is, the lead of the Fast and Furious franchise, and it's an animated show, so why wouldn't the same parallel happen for Jurassic? It's the same company that, they would say, yeah, make the show, but you need to get Claire and Owen in there at least really quick in the beginning. So I could see that definitely happening. Siaka, it's wild how many of our activities involve hundreds of people in a crowded space. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I was going through like my camera roll on my phone and like looking back at all the things that I did this year, which was, this year really qualifies as like January to like February. Everything after that was like nothing. We just all stayed inside. But in that time period, I went to Florida. I went on planes. I went to Disney World, to Universal Studios. I saw Jurassic World live tour twice. Yeah, I saw it in Philly, and then I saw it in New Jersey. I went to New York Toy Fair. Like, I did all these things where there's hundreds of people standing in line, sitting right next to each other, and you never gave a thought about it. Now you're just like, don't come near me. Don't come near me. So, Clayton says, yeah, I think that's possible. I don't know what you're talking about anymore, but since I'm so far behind, maybe you're talking about the Ankylosaurus. Let's see what else we got here. So I guess I can move this. You guys don't care about this article in the background anymore, do you? Is there anything else in here? I don't know. So, here's an interesting point. I was concerned I would run out of ideas how our human heroes might interact with dinosaurs. So he distinguishes human heroes. I know we were talking about heroes before. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Let's talk about the next thing. Let's move on from this. So we talked about Camp Cretaceous for a while. All right, so let's move on to our next thing. What is our next thing? Hats! Sorry if I blew out all your speakers, but I just screamed hats. Because I'm excited about hats. I'm very excited about hats. If you're not excited about hats, what you doing? What you doing? Get excited about hats. Because hats are exciting. What am I talking about anymore? So this one came from Sam Neill, right? So he's back on set. He's filming his parts. And he posts a picture of the hat. And the crowd went wild. The fandom was going nuts. And rightfully so. I think it was pretty awesome to finally see some insight on this production. And it's so funny. It is so funny because, again, relating it back to this week's episode, the Jurassic Mailbag with Jennifer Evans, we talked about how we're not getting anything from this, you know? They just restarted, and the only thing we ever got really was, hey, there might have been a COVID outbreak on the set, and it might have shut down the set, but then they kind of denied that in a way, at least not the positive tests of COVID-19, but they shut down the fact that it won't be shutting down. Man, I'm saying too many of the same words. So, you know, that was the only thing that really came out of it. And Colin posted a picture and said, thank you to The Sun UK for, you know, retracting that story or whatever. But since then, it's been very, very quiet. There really hasn't been anything. We saw a picture of Bryce's bruises, but that doesn't get you hyped. That gets you, like, wondering, I guess, like, oh, I wonder what she did on the set. But, like, outside of that, there's not much hype to build from that. But a hat, if you post a picture of a hat from the set, you better be prepared to get hyped. Because I'm hyped. Does it not look like I'm hyped right now? No, I just look mad. That's just the way I look. Why is this happening? Why am I doing this? I don't know. But here we are. So a hat was posted. And I saw, you know, like I said, the fandom has been pretty excited about the hat. I have seen some negativity towards the hat, wondering, why are we getting so excited about a hat? Exactly the reasons I told you, because we really haven't gotten much. And once they show us a hat, everybody's going out of control. So, very excited by a hat. And, you know, this is like an Indiana Jones tease right here. Alan Grant is known for his hats. Indiana Jones, known for his hats. Very similar hats. This actually looks more like an Indiana Jones hat than anything else, but a little bit different. Whatever that fabric is around the base of the hat there is a bit different. It's even different than Alan Grant's hats. So I had made a post that says, the hat returns, alluding to Jurassic Park 3's score, and not necessarily the fact that it's the same hat. I don't think it's the same hat. It's definitely not the same hat. And I know our friend here, Caleb, had mentioned that he has a lot of hats. And I have a lot of hats. I mean, I have like maybe a few of these that I don't necessarily wear, but I have a lot of these hats. Lots of hats, guys. They go with your different outfits. You know, you got to wear different hats. So, of course, he has different hats. And as you can see here, Grant has an assortment of hats. So, he's got his, which I think is the best hat, is the first hat, right? And not because it's, you know, it's Jurassic Park or anything, but it is so striking. And not even in just this pose, but like, there's that shot of him in the rain with the T-Rex, and that hat is just so striking of a visual style. The way it's pointed down, the way the brim's, you know, bent and everything, and just how sharp the angles are. It's so incredible. It is an incredible image of him in the rain there with the T-Rex. But yeah, you can see it's more of like a whitish hat that's worn down with that darker rim there around the base. And then, of course, Jurassic Park 3's hat is more akin to Indiana Jones, actually. It has the fabric, I don't know what the word is for that thing that goes around the base there. Fabric. Yeah. It has the fabric there that goes around the base of the hat. And it's usually tied in like a nice little kind of bow on the side there. But yeah, it's a very worn-in hat, and of course, you know, his hat makes the return later on, hence the title of the track, "The Hat Returns." So then we got Jurassic World Dominion's hat right here, which it's certainly more akin to Jurassic Park 3's hat, and definitely it's like semi-worn. It's like it's worn around the brim area, but not so much the head area up top. So, it's very indented. So maybe once he actually starts getting it on his head and he's removing it all the time, maybe then he'll have some impressions in there. But you can tell that the Jurassic Park 3 one is way more worn, world worn, than this one is so far. But yeah, as you can see, that fabric around the brim actually looks like it's more like leather in this one here, versus the fabric up on the top one. So yeah, so they're definitely different kinds of hats. But yeah, I don't know which one do you think is the best hat here. Do you guys have a favorite? Does it just become the Jurassic Park hat because it's the most iconic look? I don't know. I'm going back up here to your comments. Let's see. Man, you guys have been going crazy in the comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, Edward Martinez says, I love how it's the JP3 one. Yeah, it's very similar, but I don't think it's the same hat. They probably went to go with that style, but honestly, he's not Indiana Jones. And Indiana Jones even has very big differences to his attire, despite it being pretty much the same attire throughout. There are some distinct differences, like in The Last Crusade, and Temple of Doom and stuff. But like, it's just Indiana Jones. Like, you get what Indiana Jones looks like. It's him. He's in that style all the time. Alan Grant is not Indiana Jones, despite what we may think of him. He visually kind of looks like it. And of course, Harrison Ford was, originally offered to play Alan Grant, but that's besides the point. But, Alan Grant changes. He's wearing different stuff. So he has multiple hats to go with it. I imagine his closet is filled with fedoras to go with his outfits. So, this one here, I don't know what it is, but it looks, maybe it's like a little bit nicer hat. So maybe it's not like a dig site or anything like that. Maybe it's not an excursion hat, but it's his nice day hat where he wants to go chat with some people or something. I don't know. Siaka has that hat. I see you have a hat on in your picture, I believe. Right? Genozoic Artist has a hat on in his picture. I don't know if it's similar or not, but what was my immediate reaction to seeing this hat? Oh, I was just excited. I was just ready to see what it looks like on his head. I'd rather see a picture of him wearing the hat than just the hat itself. But like I said, the fact that we've gotten nothing so far, this got me hyped. And last time around, we were getting a lot of pictures from Fallen Kingdom, a lot of different, official outlet pictures and stuff. And then, of course, Bryce was sharing pictures of wires and outlets and garbage cans or whatever, stuff like that. And I was excited about those things too, but, not as much as seeing a hat. I'm very thirsty and I have no drink. So the hat is going to be Maisie's by the end of Dominion. I made a joke on my personal Twitter that if Adventure has a name, it must be Alan Grant, because Indiana Jones 5 does not seem to be filming anytime soon, or it doesn't look like we're ever going to get Indiana Jones 5 at this point. Indiana Jones 5 is something that has been delayed and delayed and delayed. It was supposed to come out this summer, but then it was delayed and delayed, like many times over. So I think Alan Grant is now our new Indiana Jones. But at the end of Crystal Skull, his son picks up the hat and almost becomes the Indiana Jones in that moment. But maybe this could be that, or like the Rick Grimes, and the Carl Grimes, passing down the sheriff hat. That could be interesting. Or, yeah, it doesn't seem very plausible. But like, what if Alan Grant adopts Maisie by the end of this, and it comes full circle with the family and the kid. You want to have one of those? They're yucky, they're messy, they're expensive, they smell. Does he say yucky? No, I don't. I think I made that part. I don't know. I forget what he says. But that would be pretty interesting to see that happen. I don't know how that instance would ever occur because I feel like she's sticking with Owen and Claire. But that would be pretty interesting to see that come full circle. They're messy, they're expensive, they smell, whatever. They're noisy, they're messy, they're expensive, they smell. Some of them smell. They do not smell. Some of them smell. Babies smell. Yeah. And then the chopper comes. Shut down the machine. I don't know what's happening anymore. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? I can't breathe anymore. Think any of the 3 won't make it out of Dominion, Steve Starenka says. Do I think any of the main 3? Oh, man. I mean... I think they're safe, honestly. I don't... This is not really that series, but even though I've been saying, like, Owen needs to die, I've been saying that time and time again, but I don't see this as a series where they kill off a legacy character. But who knows? Maybe. And out of those, I assume Grant would be the one. But I don't think so. I think they're going to save the death for maybe like Dr. Henry Wu. I think that would be a good one. But I definitely would love for it to be Owen. Not because I don't like Owen, but I think the stakes would be severely raised, and I think it would create an emotional impact that you won't necessarily get if Blue dies or something. That would be sad and all, but I think seeing Blue witness Owen's death would be more sad than Owen witnessing Blue's death, if you get what I mean. Emily with an E says, do you think this means that he and Ellie will have and Ian will have larger roles than Malcolm did in Fallen Kingdom? Yes, for sure. So they've got significant major roles. So that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to see how. I don't know how. It's going to be a very packed movie. And as Sam Neill says, the best or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Calm down, Sam. Let's see here. What do you got? I feel like all the chat is like very disconnected at the moment, so I'm trying to figure out what the common thread is here. Clayton says Billy will try to sell the hat for dig site money. That's the next. It like opens up on an auction, just gavel down, and you see Billy just like selling off the, and then like the hat, and that guy's megaphone. Alan Grant, Dr. Grant, whatever he says. I don't know. I think as far as, and Emily, this is going back to Emily's point and follow up about Ian Malcolm in Fallen Kingdom. I don't necessarily think they marketed him as having a bigger role in Fallen Kingdom. I thought they were pretty straightforward that it was going to be a small role. Multiple interviews with him stated it was a small role. Colin and I think everybody else said it was a small role. So I think the information was out there for you to seek. But I will say that the marketing of the trailers and stuff like that did showcase him a lot. Obviously used voiceovers and stuff like that. And even the behind the scenes reel focused on him. But at the end of the day, you saw pretty much the entire scene. So I can see what you mean as far as if you literally just focus on the trailers, it would definitely seem like he's a bigger part of the movie. But at least from all the words surrounding the production, you kind of knew that it wasn't going to be all that big, that you should lower your expectations. We tried to do that here on the show to say, like, guys, don't get too hyped. He's going to be in the movie, but not as much as you expect. But yeah. I love all the hat conversation in here. Emily says the first hat is the only hat. Oh my gosh. Oh, Tal's here. Tal, what's up, dude? I still haven't caught up to that part yet, but I just so happened to scroll all the way down by mistake. Just like Ben Hildebrand. Jurassic Ost had to run. Bye. You're already gone, I'm sure, at this point. But, yeah, Steve Steranka says 100% we'll get a Grant reveal where the camera is tight on the top of the hat and he looks up to see his face. Now, yeah, that is a Grant reveal for sure. What was the reveal in Jurassic Park 3? I don't remember. I absolutely don't remember what the reveal was. You know, I remember Jurassic Park, of course, but how was he introduced in Jurassic Park 3? I'm blanking on that. Let me pull it up. I'll pull up Jurassic Park 3. Here it is. Let's play it. Roll the tape. All right, so I'm watching the movie. He's going to get you close, my friend. Oh, of course, for some reason the video is not working on this one. Ugh, I don't know why. So I won't be able to see. Ben Hildebrand. Yeah, that guy, not a fan. Oh, so yeah, it was at Ellie's house, right? But he wasn't wearing a hat at that point, was he? So I could see it definitely still happening. That you know, a hat reveal like that. It is very Indiana Jones-esque as well. I think that was the exact reveal in like a few movies. But yeah. Yeah, and Yaroslav actually points out the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Exactly. I mean, that's, you know, the hat's on the ground. He's getting beat up, and he picks up the hat, puts it on, and you see the silhouette on the truck, right? And then you know, focus in on him. I don't think it'll be exactly like it, but I think like that. I think you have to focus in on that to kind of create that visage of Alan Grant. You know, yeah. So I like the idea. I love the idea for that to be a reveal. So Tal, caught up to your comments here. Been missing you guys. Yeah, missing you, dude. I've been following all your stuff, your adventures around the world right now. So keep it up, dude. It's amazing to watch. So if you guys are not following him, go follow the Traveling Clat. He's a contributor on our podcast as well. So yeah. JP3, Edward Martinez says, JP3 tried hard to make him indie. You think? In what sense? The fact that he goes to sleep on an airplane and puts his hat over his eyes. Outside of that, he's still not a very adventurous guy. And I think, you know, this is something we talk about a lot on the Jurassic Wire, and I know Aaron Beyer always talks about it, is the fact that, like, we have this image in the back of our minds of who Alan Grant is, and I don't know if it's a factor because we used to play with the toys. You know, we had the Kenner toys back in the day. We had, you know, multiple Alan Grants. We had a blue shirt. We had a white shirt. We had this one where he's wearing, like, what looks to be like some sort of spacesuit or something. So we have it in our minds that Alan Grant is this, like, superhero, that he's, like, somebody who can swing in and save the day, just like Indiana Jones, just going to whip a gun out of your hands or something. But he's really not. All he does is he climbs a tree and he goes down a wire. Outside of that, I mean, he's not all that adventurous. So it's kind of like what we imagine Owen is now, like in Fallen Kingdom, where he's just punching guys left and right, doing all that stuff. So Alan Grant is definitely a little bit more tamer than that. But yeah, I kind of get it. We kind of associate him with this action adventure guy, but he's not necessarily Indiana Jones. And I don't really see how it tried hard to make him indie. You know, he did adventurous things, I guess, in a way, but not necessarily like, you know, he's the guy who's going to save the day specifically. I know he's the guy you want to follow in Jurassic Park 3, but not this. It's just not the same to me, at least. Yeah, Ian here says that is Tal from the Dinosaur channel. Yep, it's the same guy. Same guy. Imagine, Tal says, imagine Alan Grant with a snapback. I wonder if there like any pictures of. I mean, I don't know. There's probably something on his like Instagram or something. He's always posting like selfies and videos and stuff. Sam Neill hat. I know it's like literally just gonna come up with pictures of Alan Grant. Let's see, baseball hat. Let's see. Now it's just baseball hats that look like that have a Jurassic Park logo on it. Not seeing. I'm seeing him in. Ooh, that's some interesting hats. Here, this one looks like he's like Mutt Williams from Indiana Jones. No, I'm not seeing any pictures of him with a baseball hat on though, or like a backwards hat. Let's see if I can search for backwards hat Sam Neill. Has anybody ever searched for backwards hat Sam Neill? Nope. Nope, not seeing anything. Oh. Nope, that's not him. Oh, there he is in like, he looks like a court jester or something like that. That's a very different kind of hat. Nope. If I ever meet him one day, I'll just give him a baseball hat and be like, here, could you put this on for a sec? And then snap a picture. And then I'll make sure to upload it here on the channel. Breaking news. Sam Neill wears backwards hat. Brandon Garcia says, if by chance Ellie and Alan were to have been together and adopt Maisie. I just don't. Sorry, I went ahead and was still reading comments, but I don't want them to be together. I know that they're going to be together in the film, as in working together per se, but I don't think that I don't want them to be romantically involved. Like we, knew them to be in Jurassic Park. They were broken up. Let's stick to it. Ellie's married. That's what I want. Stick to it. She's got at least 2 kids at this point with Mark Degler, unfortunately. But it's true. It's the truth. Get this man some water. Sorry, I'm just yelling it out because I'm really thirsty. And I'm reading your guys' comments. But no, I was laughing about Genozoic Artist saying Dr. Grant adopts Maisie. Brad just sets the expectations for Dominion unreasonably high. I know. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I have a tendency to do that. And you know why? It's because I'm sitting here at this computer day in and day out theorizing about Jurassic Park and the sequels. And, when we're talking on the podcast, we're talking for 2 to 3 hours at a time, it seems like. And it just, now I'm going to have a coughing fit because I've been yelling. Okay, maybe I'm back. I don't know. Somebody get me some water. I don't have any like personal butlers or anything in here. But what was I saying? I don't know. I set the bar high because I'm doing this stuff constantly. So theorizing day in and day out. And, as I'm saying this stuff and getting extremely hyped about it, it does bum me out in the back of my head because if even little stuff like that interaction in Camp Cretaceous that we talked about with the Indominus Rex and the Ankylosaurus, the adult Ankylosaurus being a parent to Bumpy if that doesn't happen, I'm disappointed. I'm kind of let down that, like, oh man, that is such a cool thing. Such an easy, obvious tie-in. Why didn't it happen? Why is that not happening? Or like if Jurassic World Live Tour does not get discussed, it's such an obvious, easy thing to connect the dots to. So I do tend to get my hopes up, and I know we did it maybe not last month, but maybe it was the June Jurassic Wire. We discussed the introduction to Jurassic World Dominion and our theories on what exactly will happen. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed. And I know it's like such a huge thing to expect to happen that I feel like I'm going to be let down when it doesn't happen. So Grant adopting a teenager, while I think it's not very plausible, in the back of my head, I'm still kind of upset that, like, man, that really could be a fitting end, a finale for his character, is to have it come full circle, because it's just he's a really sad character. He's this guy who he has no connection to humanity in the first movie. He just kind of is a loner, but likes Ellie, of course. But then by the end of that movie, he's made real connections with people and kids specifically, where he can think about moving forward with kids. And then that doesn't happen in Jurassic Park 3. You see, it's literally throwing it in your face that Ellie has 2 kids and a husband, and his bird doesn't remember him. It's throwing it in his face that all these connections that he made at the end of Jurassic Park are gone, and he's alone again. He's alone. All he's in for is the money. He's back at the money. So I think to come full circle, it would be beautiful to kind of see him adopt Maisie. I definitely think it's not probable, because Owen and Claire seem to be the better fit for him. But, what if they're out of the picture? Or what if it's not possible? I don't know. But I think that would be a beautiful send-off for his character if he doesn't end up coming back for future installments. You guys are saying, get water, we'll wait here. Yeah, that would be beautiful, actually, if I got some water and then just waited. Or you guys waited for me. Thinking about trying to get out of this concoction that I have here of like a green screen and a microphone and boxes and a desk that's like very close to a green screen, it's very nerve-wracking. So I'll just sit here and wait. Yeah, Edward Martinez says, I feel like Owen dying would take away too much from a movie already stuffed. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly a fair reaction to that. The movie is bound to be completely stuffed no matter what. I mean, I really wish this was 2 movies, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So you're going to have 3 main characters to come back and, reevaluate where they are. And then you have 3 main new Jurassic World characters with Maisie, Owen, and Claire to resolve that situation. And then you have Dr. Wu and whatever he's been up to, resolve that situation. You have to deal with human cloning. You have to deal with dinosaurs escaping, into the wild. You have to, I don't know, you have to do something. And it's just, that's so many things on a list. Plus you have Zia, Franklin, Barry, Lowry. You have more main characters. You have Deacon Lockman. You have Scott Hayes. You have Mamuto Athey and DeWanda Wise. This is a lot of people in one movie. And some other people. Other people are going to be in this movie too. If you didn't hear that, heard it here first. Just reading your comments, guys. Okay, so here's where my love of the Spinosaurus would end, Siaka. Siaka says, I want the Spinosaurus to pop Rexy's neck, but I'm just horrible like that. Yeah, you are horrible like that. What is wrong with you? So, I'm not like everybody else with the Spinosaurus and the Rex. I love the Spinosaurus. I don't care that it kills the Rex in Jurassic Park 3. Because I don't know who that Rex is. I have no ties to that Rex. Nothing. Nada. I don't care. But if a Spinosaurus came out of nowhere and destroyed Rexy's neck, I'd be real mad. Real mad. Okay? Because I know that Rex. Been with her for 3 movies now. 4 when you count the next one. I'd be real mad. I still have these hats on the screen. Miss you too, Tal. Really, really falling behind on these comments. Yeah, and you guys got to the dinosaur man, Sam and Emily, playing in the sandbox with Charlie. Yeah. I can remember all these people that are cast in Jurassic World Dominion, but I can't remember the beginning of Jurassic Park 3. I don't know. Yeah. Siaka was 5 when JP3 was released. I was, I think I was sophomore in high school. So that was real disappointing to, I would say, sophomores in high school. So, yeah. Genozoic was 8 when Jurassic Park was in theaters. I was maybe 7 or 8, 7 to 8 in that range. Mac Alba says, love watching live. Thank you. Thank you. This was just kind of spur of the moment thing. Emily says, I'm terrified we'll lose Rexy in Dominion. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was terrified we'd lose her in Fallen Kingdom. Yeah. So I was actually terrified we'd lose her in Jurassic World. And then I was terrified we'd lose her in Fallen Kingdom. And now guess what, guys? I'm terrified we'll lose her in Dominion. So hopefully I'll be saying, guys, I'm terrified to lose her in Jurassic World New Era. The 4th one. Whenever that's not the title, I just made it up. But I don't know. You know, actually, you know, before Dominion, before Fallen Kingdom came out, you know, I pitched the idea of them leaving the island on a boat or a plane or something. I think it was said boat. While it's in flames because of the volcano. And off in the distance, you see the T-Rex being consumed by lava. So that was my pitch. And that didn't happen. It was literally just switched out with a Brachiosaurus. And that was heart-wrenching. But honestly, I think the T-Rex probably would have been more heart-wrenching, for sure. Yep. Thinking about it now, I'm sad. What is this stream? Brandon says, can you see Alan Grant and Owen having a sarcastic conversation in Jurassic World 3? Yeah. Absolutely. I can see, like, they need to have conversations because I need to see what somebody who has a bit of experience with real dinosaurs, you know, Alan Grant, he has a little bit of experience with real dinosaurs. He's had some interactions, and certainly a ton of knowledge about, you know, fossils and such. Talking to a guy who has literally worked with dinosaurs every day for however many years, just what is that conversation about? A guy who is not necessarily afraid of them versus a guy who's probably still got some PTSD when it comes to dinosaurs. So that would be a pretty interesting conversation. And I would be really interested to see how that plays out. And I definitely see it being sarcastic and kind of quippy and just them not getting each other, them kind of clashing with each other. So that would be awesome. That would definitely be awesome to see. Steve Sarenko says, Sarah Harding, shouting it. I would shout that too, but I need water, so I don't want to hurt my mouth. My throat, that would be more apt. Jackson Elliott said, "Who was Lockwood's daughter?" It said it. It said it in Fallen Kingdom that she has been to Jurassic Park. Lockwood's daughter was Maisie. So the way I see it, and the way I think a lot of thought process works with Maisie, is that she was probably somebody who aged more into her adulthood by the time she died. So she would have been somebody who visited Jurassic Park at a later age. It wasn't, maybe she was like 30 or something like that, or in her 30s. And she visited Jurassic Park before before Alan and Ellie and all of them went there. So I could see that happening. And sorry, I'm just trying to think of the circumstance. But Lockwood, kind of correlates that Maisie's mother went to the island. When Maisie's mother is technically Maisie, it's her own DNA. So she's her own mother. Kind of, right? So Maisie is the daughter that went to Jurassic Park. So now you're seeing a younger iteration. I'm assuming a younger iteration. I don't think she died as a child. I think she probably grew up to be an adult and died sometime. Maybe she's 35 or something. And then now Maisie's like 13 or whatever she is, 11 in Fallen Kingdom. And, she's trying to figure out about her mother, but, he doesn't know what to tell her because he doesn't want to say you're a clone. So he just says, yeah, your mother went to the park. I mean, you were old when you went there. When I say old, but I mean exactly the same age as the person saying these words right now. I'm old. Oh, just skipped again. Let's see. I was reading something and it just skipped ahead, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, you guys have commented a lot. I talk way too much because you guys have said a billion words. So Jackson also says Rexy can't die. The only movie she died was JP3. If they kill off Rexy, Universal is going to hear from Spielberg. He would be so mad. Well, he is a producer on the movies. So, if they said, hey, Steven, we're going to kill off Rexy, and he would be mad. I don't think he cares at this point, to be honest. I don't think he necessarily is like, no, we can't let her die. But Rexy didn't die in JP3. It was just a different Rex, a T-Rex, a green T-Rex. So, yeah, I don't think Steven would really care. If anything, I think he would be like, yeah, do it. It would create an emotional stake and invest a lot of people in that death and that moment in the film. But Jackson also brings up, what if Rexy had kids? Could be. Who she could be a mom. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. I'd like to see if that's the case. But I don't know. It would be interesting, though, to see another Rex at this point. We haven't had another one since Jurassic Park 3, and it was killed off. So it would be really interesting to have another Rex, and it would be great from a marketing standpoint, a toy creation standpoint. They could create two separate Rex and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool. We know that there's going to be a lot more dinosaurs and more animatronics in this one, so that would be really cool to have that legacy. And these movies are all about family, and just like mostly, let's see, no, not the others two, no. Not falling. No. Okay. So mostly just The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. They also deal with dinosaur families, not just human families. Every one of these movies deals with human relationships, divorce, separation, stuff like that. And of course, The Lost World deals with, you know, the two Rex parents trying to get the T-Rex baby back, and then Jurassic Park 3 deals with, you know, the eggs getting stolen and the raptors trying to get the eggs back. So it's all about parenting. And then of course, you know, the divorce in Jurassic World, and then you have Maisie and Lockwood relationship issues there in that one. So what is the relationship issues in this one? It would be interesting if there was a baby Rex, if they, you know, brought it back to dinosaur relationships as well, and had, you know, baby dinosaurs with some of these ones that we know and love. That would be really cool. And it'll also tie it into our theories here with Camp Cretaceous about Bumpy being the, you know, child of the Ankylosaurus that died in Jurassic World. So that would be really cool. Yeah, Hillary Reeves says Rexy can't have kids. We don't know. There are, and Hillary says there's no male T-Rexes. You know, there's no other male. There's no other Rexes at this point. So that's a problem. I guess you would need another one. I don't know though, because somehow it seems like these dinosaurs just recreate, you know, willy-nilly. Who knows? But I wouldn't put it past them to just be like, she had a kid. And then that's the explanation. You're like, wow. Is there another Rex out there? Did she just create this thing out of nowhere? The Immaculate Rexception. Did that sound right? I don't know. Coming up with the theories here, you know? This is all an allegory for the Bible. Who knew? Oh. Yeah, lots of back and forth about Rexy being a mom here. So I think it's an interesting debate, at least. So, you know, we have no information on how it could be possible at this moment, but it would be interesting. And with other companies, you know, potentially creating dinosaurs, specifically Biosyn, probably making some dinosaurs. What if they captured Rexy? And what if they said, you know what, let's make a male Rex of our own and let's mate them and create some more T-Rex. So that is certainly a possibility. You do not know what Biosyn's going to be up to in this movie. So it's certainly plausible. It's possible. Who knows? Trying to catch up on your comments again. Best Omater 2020 says, will there be any Indo-Dinosaurs in Dominion? I would say no. No Indo-Dinosaurs. No Indominus Rex, no Indoraptor. Colin has made it pretty clear that there's going to be no hybrid. It's not really going to be a hybrid-focused film. So we did that twice already. I think that's probably done. So no Indo-Dinosaurs. Indosauruses. Jurassic News Network. I bet the Kirby's were at the auction in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, I'm guaranteeing that right now, right here. You heard it here first from not me, but whoever said that. I forgot already. Jurassic News Network. Yeah. So, what was I going to talk about next? Oh, so next, let's see. Next up, a bottle of water. That would be great if that just popped out of nowhere. Why is my thing not moving here? Here we go. Come on. Slide. Slideshow, slide. It's sliding. Oh, here we go. All right. Dr. Ellie Sattler and Dr. Alan Grant. So this image came out the same day. They couldn't even wait. The hat came out, and then the chairs. And it was a very thrilling day. Yesterday, maybe? Seems like a week ago. I don't know. Very thrilling day to get a picture of hat and chairs. Nothing else. You know what I love about these chairs? They got cup holders. Very convenient. You know, go in a cup holder? A nice glass of water. Yeah. But I love the chairs. I love the set wherever they are. Looks great. Looks cool. Dr. Ellie Sattler and Dr. Alan Grant filming together Very, very exciting. Can't wait to see what happens with them. So yeah. Everybody's still like, go get some water. No, I'm fine. I'll stick with it. This has got to be almost done, right? How long? We've been going for way longer than I wanted to go, but here we are. Let's see. Somebody said something about somebody dying here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Danny Castro says, how about Dennis Nedry's shocking return? And then the Dilo takes him out at the very end. What? What? Shocking return? Huh? How? No. So the only thing that you know, we've talked about on the podcast before, and it relates to, I don't know if you were listening before, but we talked about our pitch for the introduction, or the first 10 minutes of Jurassic World Dominion, but it involves seeing Dennis Nedry again. So that would be the only way for Dennis Nedry to return, would be to have him. Why am I blinking? Yeah, because I'm recording in the middle of a barren desert. Yeah, don't let my green screen fall. You'll see it's just a huge desert behind me. Yeah, so our theory was in the beginning of Jurassic World Dominion is that, look, we have some inkling that Barbasol Can is going to return, and how do you, and plus Biosyn, you need to let people remember, you need to help people remember Dennis Nedry, Biosyn, Dodgson specifically, and the Barbasol Can. So if you want them to remember that, what's the best way to do it? It's to recreate that moment in time. And so I don't know if I can do this without water. All right, I'm going to do it. Guys, I'm going to do it. I don't even need these headphones on. I'm going to live a little crazy here. All right? Oh, no, I need them on. I don't like the way I sound. Hold on. All right? Water is being gotten. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Water is served. All right. Let's be quiet when he comes back. Hey, spoiled it. I saw you. Oh, I just drank way too much water. Anyway, so our theory for the opening of Jurassic World Dominion is that we reintroduce that Nedry sequence, right? At the cafe with Dodgson, because a lot of people don't remember Dodgson. A lot of people don't even remember Nedry. And speaking to that directly, I listened to, what was the podcast name? Happy, Sad, Confused, I believe. I think, let's see. Sad. Happy, Sad, Confused with Josh Horowitz. So he had on Bryce Dallas Howard, and they were discussing my hair looking terrible. No, that's not what they were discussing. They were discussing Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, and they ended up talking about Dennis Nedry, and neither of them could remember his name at all, and that's Dennis Nedry, not even Dodgson. So they what was Bryce was saying, like Nelson or something like that. She's like, what's his name? Nelson or I don't remember specifically what she had said, but she couldn't even remember. And she's part of the series, and she just watched the movie. So we really need to let people remember who these characters are. So showcase it from a different angle, de-age some actors there, reintroduce Dodgson because people are not going to remember who he is when he shows up in this movie, and showcase that maybe Dr. Wu was sitting right around the corner and he heard the whole thing and he wants to be a part of this deal. So Dodgson cuts him into the deal, right? He'll give him some money if he is the backup to Dennis Nedry, because he doesn't have a lot of faith in Dennis Nedry, right? I don't think anybody really did at that point. So he wants a backup. So Dr. Wu is that backup, right? So Dr. Wu does not leave for the dock in 5 minutes. He did not drop what he was doing and did not leave now. So Dr. Wu is the backup who follows after Nedry and comes across the Jeep stuck in the mud and stuck on that hill. He sees a dead Dennis Nedry inside the cabin of that Jeep, and the Dilophosaurus is gone. But there is a tracking beacon, right? There's a tracking homing beacon in that, we're going to say there is one. We don't know. It never was really, stated. But all they need to do is just have a little ping, ping, and Dr. Wu comes across the Barbasol can, right? So this is where you introduce, now this is where we're getting a little wild, an adult Dilophosaurus. That would be awesome. And Dr. Wu narrowly escapes an adult Dilophosaurus because it's kind of been something that's been alluded to for so many years. So that would be really cool. And then that's how you reintroduce Dodgson, the Barbasol can, and what happens with that Barbasol can, the DNA in there and all the testing, it doesn't pan out. It doesn't work because obviously Bioluminescent didn't create dinosaurs back in 1993. So then it skips ahead to 2021 when the movie comes out. So I think that is potentially a good introduction to the movie, and I don't know why I just told you again. So there's probably something that we were talking about before. But yeah. Danny says, do you think there's a possibility for young John Hammond to show in a flashback, hopefully not in creepily CG'd? I don't know. I don't think so. I would like to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think so. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, I have no idea how I got on that, but here we are. So, do we have anything else to talk about? I don't know. Anyway, I think that was the end of my slideshow here. I don't think I had anything else to showcase here, but I did want to discuss toys. So how much? What are we at here? We're at 1:53, so we'll wrap this up at 2 hours here. But let me showcase some stuff that I just picked up. So I was at the store, and this is a little bit spoilers. There will be a video coming for this probably early next week. But yeah, I was able to pick up, let's see here, some Snap Squad figures. So I have, I got the shiny Mosasaurus. So I already have the Mosasaurus, but you can see that this one is much more like matte compared to the shiny. I don't know where the camera is. See how shiny this one is? They're a bit different. It's not going to be easy to pick up, but yeah, they're really cool. I love these Snap Squad ones. So that's cool. I got that one. I was able to pick up this Triceratops here. Pretty interesting one. Pretty cool. Camp Cretaceous ones. And the killer of the group here is Ankylosaurus Bumpy. Had to pick up Ankylosaurus Bumpy. This one is so cute. It's so cute. I love it. I love this. I love these Snap Squad ones so much, and this one is really interesting. That's the first time I put it on my finger there. But they are so cool. I love them, and they just started showing up in my Target. So that is the first time that I'm seeing, or maybe second time that I'm seeing Snap Squad stuff, and these literally just showed up today. So yeah, they're so awesome. I love the Snap Squad. I got this one right here. I also have, this one I found the other day at Target. the Spinosaurus. Really, really awesome one. I love this one so much. It's got a giant mouth, so a ton of room to hold on to your finger. And they're great little fidget toys for when you're recording and doing stuff like this. So I always keep one around. Try not to shake it because it's probably kind of loud on the recording. But yeah, so those are some pickups. I also have a few other things. Just got this in the mail. The irritator. So interested to get this out. I think it makes some noise here. How do I? Woo! Sounds really irritated. What else we got here? Oh, we got Postosuchus. Got this one. I'll have to show all of these off on the channel in full at some point when I can get around to them. I also picked up the Seats Microorum. I actually really like this one. I think this one's really cool. It's very disproportionate and all, but I think it's a lot of fun. And lastly, this is unrelated in a way, but I think NECA, right, has lost the Godzilla license or something like that, so they're not going to be making them anymore. But these are in the back of Target, and I had to pick it up. It's this awesome Godzilla box. It's pretty big, obviously, and man, that thing's awesome. That is so good. I love it. It's just this fiery Godzilla that you see in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Yeah, it's just so awesome. I love this movie so much. And I've been seeing these in the there's like this back section in Target that has like more so collectibles than toys. It's got like pop figures and NECA stuff and all kinds of good stuff like that, and hats and mugs and stuff. So head out to the back of your Target. There's cool stuff like this if you want to pick up this. This is awesome. So I'm excited to get this out and display it. I was questioning it because I'm like, I don't really want to get into collecting something else because I collect Jurassic, obviously. Star Wars. I kind of narrowed down my Star Wars collecting to literally just the Black Series. So, you got these kind of characters right here. 6-inch scale, but with Jurassic, I'm collecting the 6.5-inch scale. I'm collecting the 3 3/4-inch scale. I'm collecting the Snap Squad. So literally anything Jurassic. That's why I tried to narrow down the Black Series for Star Wars. But I'm also collecting like the Plasma series for Ghostbusters, the retro, smaller scale Ghostbusters toys. So I kind of been just doing those three: is Ghostbusters, Jurassic, and Star Wars. But now I just added some Godzilla into the mix, so I don't know. What Ryan does asks, what is better, Target or Walmart? Specifically, definitely Target. I mean, overall store, definitely Target. But, yeah, I think there's a better toy offering, too. But Walmart, my Walmart doesn't have any Jurassic. 0 Jurassic right now. Nothing. So it's a bit of a bummer. And I know it's starting to come back slowly, and we're going to get some more stuff soon. But right now it's nothing. And yeah, the I know somebody already pointed it out, but the Snap Squad stuff are $4.99. So very cool. I love these things. They're now in the like actual toy aisle. I know at one point they were like in an Easter section when Easter was around. That was the first I was hearing that they were in the stores. And I still was never able to find them. I never found any indication that they were on the shelves or anything. But now they are on the actual shelves, and they have I don't know if you guys have seen, but the big Camp Cretaceous banner that's like on the end cap of the aisle, and there's on both sides of the end cap you have all the Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic toys and DVDs and books and everything. Snap Squads are in there, but they also have their own full section in the toy aisle as well. So outside of the end cap, keep going in because there's more Jurassic toys inside next to like Star Wars and stuff like that. So that's where I found these ones. These ones were not on the end cap. But yeah, let me see. Any final things here before we head out? We're hitting the 2-hour mark. I did not expect to go 2 hours, but here we are. Jackson, they should bring back the original Jurassic Park theme in Dominion. Yes. Velocichungus says, Americans are lucky in the toy department. Yes, we are. I'm sorry. Would you buy a Super Colossal Bumpy? Yes. When will we get the Jurassic World Dominion toy reveals? I don't know. Sometime. Maybe at the end of the year. Do I have a Snap barcode for the Snap Squad? Camp Cretaceous said, yes, here it is. What Ryan does. Let's hope. Yeah. Let's see. Emily, thanks for the information and your thoughts. Have me on the podcast so I have so many thoughts. Sometime. Give a call to the Jurassic Mailbag, 732-825-7763. Give a call to our voicemail line. It'll bring you to our voicemail message. Leave your message. We'll bring it onto the Jurassic Mailbag. Discuss it in full, whatever your thoughts, questions, or concerns are. If you want to record an audio clip, you can just do it on your phone. Pick up your phone, open up the voice message app, email it to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com, and we'll play that as well on the Jurassic Mailbag. The Jurassic Mailbag is a segment that debuts on the first week of every month. So we just aired our August one, so the next one will be in September. We usually record like the last week of the month. Let's see here. What else we got? When do you think the Jurassic World ride will reopen at Universal Studios Hollywood with a new refurbishment and a gyrosphere? Whenever the park opens, I don't know. Still hoping for the super detailed Amber T-Rex to come out someday. Never gonna happen. What do you think Claire would do with a cane because of the Indoraptor? I have no idea what that means. Hashtag super colossal bumpy. Yes. All right, that's it, guys. I'm out of here. So it's been fun, guys. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you so much. You guys have really, really killed it with the consistency tonight, staying in the chat and being a big part of the chat, coming up with all these topics and questions and concerns. I think we really had a great conversation tonight. I had so much fun. That was awesome, guys. So I'll see you guys next time. Maybe we'll do this again sometime, but make sure to listen to the podcast. If you guys do not listen to the podcast yet, go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're on Spotify. Just search for the Jurassic Park podcast. Very simple. We have well over 200 episodes coming up on total 300 episodes, but 245 main topic episodes. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff out there. Follow us on Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod. Subscribe here on YouTube, please. Go subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Like this, whatever you gotta do. Like this video. Share it around. Comment in the actual comment section too. Get the conversation rolling. Follow us on Instagram as well. We're at Jurassic Park Podcast on there. We also have a Facebook group. So if you want to join in the conversation after each episode, whenever we have cool stuff to showcase, I know a bunch of you are in our Facebook group, but if you want to do that, come in there as well. Just join. Just search for the Jurassic Park Podcast Facebook group. Answer 2 simple questions: who is an actor or actress from the films, and name a host or a contributor. I'm a host. My name is Brad Jost. We have many others. You can name as many as you want. Yeah, you got to answer those 2 questions to join the group. But yeah, also go to the official Jurassic World Facebook group. I am a moderator on that group now. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on things. We're trying to clean it up. It's been a mess of late. It's been a very not welcoming place, not a very inviting place, the official Jurassic World Facebook group. But now we've got a bunch of mods in place, so we're trying to make it a much cleaner place, a much more friendly place, a much more inviting place, so please join in there as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around. This has been an absolute blast. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.